Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to be working with these mixed media panels that I had made. I had yesterday did a card in which I had some ink left over and I kind of picked it up with my paper and I decided that I would ink blend some more panels and would just work with them today. So I know that these are kind of an odd size. These were some scraps panels that I had laying around and I just inked them up, and so I'm going to cut them down to a measurement that will fit well on an A2 size card. I think I'm going to work with this pink one first. I've got this, this calls for confetti paper here that I'm going to be working with, and it kind of has like a little watercolored look to it, so I thought I could use it with the mixed media and maybe it would look all right. So I'm going to bring in my Score Buddy and a couple of card bases and get them scored up so that I will have them ready for these two cards that I'm going to make for this video. And I'm just going to use top folding. And I'm going to lay this watercolor looking color block panel down, and I'm measuring it to see if it's measured right, because I think my panel was a little bit off. And I'm looking for my glue. I had a little bottle of glue I'd been using and I misplaced it, so I'm just going to grab my Sweet Petunia glue press and use it, and we'll just get this lined up. These are going to be pretty quick cards, I think, because I've already got the panels made. And for that panel, I used Gina K's Plum, and I used Black Soot. And I just did ink smushing on both of those. And in addition to the Plum and the Black Soot, I used the Iron Gate mica spray, and that's what all that sheen is on there. And it really glistens. I was looking at my Score Buddy because I thought I'd had measured wrong, and I did. So I'm going to cut another little edge off so that I'll get a nice even frame around this panel. So because I have so much media on this, I'm going to bring in some fun foam and just cover the whole back of it with this fun foam, and that way it'll flatten out and it'll be good and sturdy, and I won't have to worry about it being warped or anything like that. So I'm going to get it laid down, and we'll just lay this down on the card base. This is very simple. I mean, we've just got, panel inside of a frame, and I think it looks okay together. I put that glue on there so it's moving around, so I'm trying to get it good and centered. And I think those squares or those color blocks are kind of throwing me off as far as being square. So I brought in that T-ruler, and it looked like I was pretty square. So I'm just going to lay my stamp press down on that. And we're going to kind of work in a strange order with these cards. I'm going to do the base layers first, and then we'll add the embellishments. Now, I brought in some more of, this calls for confetti paper. It was striped green, and I chose the green because this panel here has some green, lighter green in it. And so I'm not sure what I think about this card now that I've got it finished. And I didn't take it all the way to the end of my cutting plate, and so I've just got a little edge there that needs to be cut away. So I could have taken it back to my die cutting machine, but for whatever reason, I just decided to grab this Cricut blade here and cut it away. And so what I was thinking was I would take this panel and put it behind this Hello frame here. And that's what I had in mind. And it's a little bit longer than what it needs to be, so I'm just eyeballing it, cutting it off. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to just tape this panel because, I mean, it's right on the edge. So I've got to get it just exactly right. And I'm going to just tape it down just so it doesn't move. And then I'll have to glue it and kind of fill in the glue. This really wasn't the best way to do it, but I should have put some glue along the top and the bottom before I taped it. But I'll go back and do that, and I think it'll come together all right. I also need to glue the little hello down that's on there. So this is where I'm going to bring in my glue press and just run some glue along there and try to get it adhered down. And then I realized that the hello needs to be laid down as well. And I'll try to tuck a little bit of glue in. And I think I wind up finally finding my little glue bottle, and I'm able to better glue it down. I really was just having fun playing with those mixed media panels. I didn't even record the mixing of those, which I wish I would have, because it's always so much fun and it's fun to watch. But I was just, honestly, I was just relaxing and having fun in my craft room, not worrying about recording or making a video. And so this is where I bring in the little bottle, and I'm trying to tuck in, and I keep pulling it off camera, so I apologize for that. But I'm just tucking some glue behind those letters so that I can get it glued down nicely. And then we're going to clean the extra glue off the table so that I can work on my card bases without worrying about getting them all messy. So the hello card has got a lot of, the elements already there with that frame and the hello in the center of it. I'm going to get it laid down on a top folding card, and then we'll add some embellishments to both these cards and get them finished up. So I'd say these cards are interesting and a little bit eclectic. So I think I prefer the pink one over the green one, but they're both interesting, I think, and not what you would normally see probably. So I've got these butterflies that I use some bright green that I thought matched the paper, the hello paper. And I've also ink blended a black soot panel and used the Iron Gate mica spray, and I'm going to use it for the embellishments on both cards. So I've got butterflies, backers, the shadow for my butterflies, and I'm going to use that to lay my butterflies down. But before I do that, I'm going to dirty up my butterflies with some of the black soot and just make them to where they're not quite as crisp as what they look, because they really don't fit in with the panel, I think, unless I add a little grunge to them. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to put these shiny mica sprayed shadows on the backs of them, and then we'll get them laid down on our card base. I'm just going to bring in some thin foam strips and pop up my little butterfly wings, and then we'll get them laid down on my card. And I've got a big one and then a smaller one. And these two butterflies, shadow butterflies, are from scrapbook.com. They were actually kind of on top of my miscellaneous dies, and I saw them peeking out there, and I just grabbed them and thought, I'm going to throw some butterflies down on this. No rhyme or reason, just playing. And I'm going to pop this one up as well, and I'll put this above the hello. And I'm going to add some glue to that. It's not very much in the way of foam tape, so I want to make sure it's stuck really well. And we'll glue this one down, and we've got our focal points on this card. And I'm going to just take that black soot and just rub it along there. I just felt like it was too stark. And there we have it. Now I'm going to dab it on top of the hello as well. Just try to make it all blend. Not sure how I feel about that, but that's what I did. So I'm going to clean this mess off again, and we'll bring in our pink panel. And I've got this aster flower die cut out 3 times. This is a Spellbinders aster die, and I love these floral dies from Spellbinders. And you just do 3 layers of it. And I've got some black and some silver and some white showing on this particular flower. And I'm just kind of cupping them and sticking them in the middle and kind of offsetting the petals. And then I've got this center and that I'm cupping as well. And I'm just going to stick it in the center. I've got a bunch of other little star-looking cutouts over there as well that come with this die, but I opted not to use them on the flower. But I'm actually going to use them to embellish. I'm thinking about using them on the flower for this one, then I decide against it. But I will bring them back in and glue them down for some embellishment on this card once I get moving along here. Oh, and this is what I'm doing. So I'm just going to add little daubs of glue. And these are mica sprayed as well, so they've got some shine to them. And I'm just going to pick up these little starry looking things and put them on the different dots of glue that I have there. And that will just add some additional interest to this card. And I'm getting ready to go on a little weekend getaway. It's a ladies' retreat for our church. My sister and I are going to go with several ladies from the church. So I'm trying to get my channel videos going because I'm going to be gone. And I was hoping to kind of get ahead. So that's what I'm doing here. So I've got both of these cards, and I've got, I need a sentiment for the pink one. And I just took the strip of paper that was left when I cut this panel down, and I die cut out congrats twice and of that paper, and I'm just going to layer them up and get this layered down on here. Now I probably could have used black or white and it would have popped better, but I had that strip of paper and I thought I'm not going to waste it, and I don't want it laying around my craft room, so I'm just going to layer these two up and glue it down on there, and I think it'll be okay. Just getting everything lined up and pressed down. And this is a really thin sentiment, die cut sentiment. So I'm going to grab my tweezers and hold it, and then I'll just put some glue on the back. Try not to get carried away with my glue so I don't make a mess. And then we'll get it laid down on here. I'm actually doing this voiceover as the boys, my grandsons, are sleeping. So I'm not sure if I'll get it finished or not. So I got that laid down on there. So I have both of them, and I really feel like I need to bring in some embellishments. So I'm going to try and find some embellishments that will go well with it. And I'm just trying out some Pink and Main ones that I have there. And then I grabbed a Cat Scrappiness set, and it had a pink on there that I thought kind of went with it. And I put it on there, and I was wanting to add some more. And then as I looked at it, I just felt like maybe it wasn't the right color. So I'm fiddling with it. And I'm lifting my leaves up. And I realized, oops, I didn't have that glued down yet. So I'm going to get it glued down on there and kind of fluff my petals up. And then I'm looking at the other colors, and I'm looking at this again, trying to decide if I like it. And I decide to pick that off, and I'm going to go and grab another set of embellishments. And it's kind of a different pink, and I thought that it was probably a better match for it. And I had more of them in that size so I could spread some around the card panel. And these are Pink and Main here too. So we'll just spread some of these around the card panel, and this will finish off this card. And it's kind of hard to see, I think, on the video. I don't know, maybe on a larger view, I'm looking at it on my phone, but anyway, so we get these laid down, and that'll finish off that card. And then I'm going to bring some in for this card as well. And I was thinking either green or teal is what I would use on these, just because that's the primary color. And I believe I bring in some teal, and I just kind of put them around. I also decide to add it to the butterfly's body, just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. So I do add the smaller ones to the smaller butterfly, and then the bigger ones to the bigger butterfly. I removed that one embellishment that I had put on because I thought I was putting them on here, but then I think I decided to put some more on, different sizes on there. I think I do the smaller ones is what I wind up doing. And I'll just kind of spread some around, just to add a little bling bling. And that'll finish up this card. So there's just two quick cards that I used with some mixed media panels that I made. I hope you like them. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.